You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica and this is Veronica Ojonini. Today I want to tell you how I got pregnant, how I finally got pregnant. So basically, I've been married for, as at the time I got pregnant, I was married for 5 months already. Okay, I got married in December and I conceived the following year in May. That is 5 months interval. Now you know the struggle people have with infertility. As at that period, I could relate because you could literally hold my fears in the hand. You could literally see the fear I had for infertility, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not the agreement we had together. I'd told God that I'm not a perfect person, of course you know that already, but I would try my best to be a good and true Christian, a good follower and ambassador of Jesus, of the kingdom. And what I want in return is fertility. I want peace. I want a blessed home. I want promotion in every facet of my life and the rest. And I'm like, God, this is not the agreement we had. I fulfilled my part of the agreement, of the covenant we have. Do you get? Do you know, at some point I was scared because on our wedding reception, during our wedding reception, someone was praying to me. The person said, the person was going to say, in 9 months we shall hear good news. So the person said, in 9 years. But the person corrected himself almost immediately, and even me, I rejected it in my heart. But the thing kept sounding and resounding in my head that, oh, could it be that declaration of the tongue? I'm like, there's power in the tongue. The power he had in his tongue is the power I have in my tongue, and I rejected and rebuked it. So it cannot happen. But you know the way the devil just keeps ringing some things in your head because of fear already. So that fear was there. 5 months, well, I wouldn't, it's now, I'm not seeing that infertility anymore, but I could relate to people that were struggling for many years, because 5 months was like 5 years. And I'm wondering how people that don't conceive within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years live, because it's like I can't even explain. Do you get? So I kept checking my ovulation time, period, and the rest. For each month I saw my period, I felt so bad and downcasted, literally. So I kept checking for a long time. Funny how on the month I conceived, I didn't even check. I didn't even take notes. But I noticed that I had not seen my... Okay, I noticed that in the 4th month, that is the previous month, the period took longer. It was now... At some point, it was brownish period. That was the way it was. I didn't really take it as anything because my mind wasn't even anywhere. So I'm like, okay, you that care, you will go by yourself. True care, because I cared less at that point. I felt it was stress and the rest. So on this day, I felt there was the way I felt. Okay, I felt sick. I didn't go to work that day, so my husband too didn't go to work because it wasn't easy for me to stay alone like that. I'm like, no, let me go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital. He drove us to the hospital. It's my doctor from way back. To get, if you're watching this is if you're watching this, doctor, I'm doctor from West African Theological Seminary. It's over in Ikpaja in Lagos. Lieutenant Dr. Olaitan. Okay. So basically, we went there, and after I explained myself, I was like, okay, girl, do pregnancy test first before we do any other thing. I'm like, doctor, it's not pregnancy. I know what I'm feeling, like malaria. I've not treated malaria, so please just treat Say, I'm very just do the pregnancy test. I said, doctor, if it is negative, you will give me my money back because I've told you that it's not pregnancy and you just want to collect my money and do pregnancy test. Did you get? So I just did it, and the nurses, they all know me because the hospital is where I have been frequenting from my spinsterhood days. Okay, the nurse now called me after she had collected my sample at that time, and you're pregnant too. The thing, it came to me as a surprise and not a surprise. I'm like, okay, I've wanted this thing, and surprise, like now like that. Do you get? So the minute may Lumi, so it just came like that, and like, you're pregnant. I'm like, oh, okay. So she was like, you know. So I went back to sit down. So when I go back to the reception, my mom was like, "What did she call you?" I'm like, "Nothing, Jerry. I wanted it to be a surprise. I didn't even like it. Didn't spot the whole package because what I had in mind, what I had in mind was." What I had in mind was surprise him. Like, I didn't know he was going to go with me. The plan I had was, okay, so I'll just go and test in the hospital. I will now write, oh, maybe I write I'm pregnant in his dinner plate. Maybe I'll serve him, and then he will now open, baby, I'm so hungry. I'm like, oh, I've made food for you. Now come and open it, come and see. Maybe we're going to be parents, or maybe I'm pregnant or something. Or maybe I'll now come and give him the result. And what's it would say? Actually, I planned a lot of things. I had like 4 different plans that I would execute, okay? But now, when the nurse told me, I knew already, so I was thinking of how to surprise him. So because of the joy that was in my heart and the expectation that was in our hearts too for a long time, I couldn't hold it. I couldn't keeping a secret from my husband is difficult for me, seriously. So I'm like, baby, you know what? You know what she called me? And as I smiled, she said, why are you smiling? Because our minds were even out of it already. So I said, it's positive. So what is positive? I said, pregnancy test now. I'm pregnant. Like, And if you know my husband, then he's someone that loves to do hard guy. I'm like, why are you not doing hard guy? Smile now. The smile is coming out. Why are you not holding back the smile? And so they're laughing. Do you get? So we got home that day and we held hands and like, it was like, oh mom, God don't do am, come let's pray because this Thanksgiving is worth it. Do you get? So that was how I found out I was pregnant, and since then it's been a beautiful journey of 9 months, and all I can say is God showed up. So for those that are actually looking unto God for the fruit of the womb, because I can imagine the struggle. A lot of people are in this struggle, and it's in no way your fault.